this video is fresh off the heels of the topic, and I just thought I would come to you while it's still on my mind and some details are really clear. I am currently working with clients to get us to the closing date, but we had a bad appraisal come in. There was a big list of repairs that were needed, and so it's prompted me that there are some new things I can learn for my next transaction. And the reason it's learn is because every transaction is different. Every appraiser is different. Some have different requirements. Some are cool. Some are really nitpicky. Of course, for this guy, he just got his license 2 months ago. So he's very particular. And that's okay. It helps us be better. So for me, what I'm taking away from this is that for sellers or for homeowners, be thinking about the long term. Obviously, if you're in your home and you love it and you don't want to move, great. But you can be thinking about the long term because at some point, either you or your descendants after your passing will need to list the home, and there's some key things to be aware of. And so this message is for homeowners, for potential sellers, and for those actively getting ready to sell. So with this is how to pass an appraisal as on the side before you've even sold your home. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the dog's gonna be part of this video. So for you, it's really important to know appraisers are determining the value of the home and if the lender is making a equitable investment. And so what they're doing is they're going through and they're picking out every single detail, every health, safety, all those hazards, as well as confirming the integrity of the home. And so for this appraisal, one of the biggest things they called out was bare wood. Now, this is critically important for two reasons. It's for fire safety and also for protection against wood-destroying organisms. So with this, it's a 1906 home. There's a lot of bare wood. And so we had to go over and paint, cover with sheetrock, plaster, all this kinds of stuff to make sure that the home is protected and it passes the appraisal. The frustrating part with this one is that the buyer is completely demoing the home because she wants to Joanna Gaines it, which I love, but it's infuriating to have to just get past an appraisal with kind of just like shoddy work. I hate doing shoddy work, but it's critical in this case because we just need to get through so that she can own the home and do the repairs she wants to do. So as a homeowner, if you have bare wood and you're thinking about selling or you're wanting to do something with it, that wood needs to be sealed. It needs to be protected. So if you are going to live there forever and you don't care about the bare wood, that's fine. But just know when the time comes, before you even list the home or even bring an agent in, get that wood painted and secured, whether it's with a stain, sheetrock, or paint. You want that wood to be finished and secured. The next big one is wires. This is an obvious one, but at the same time, it was so frustrating. The appraiser called out telephone, like old telephone cabling, which we were so frustrated about. But if you do have exposed wires, even if it's in the utility room, these need to be covered up. It's a safety issue for sure. So it's important to know that that's something that's gonna be called out by the appraiser. It was called out by the inspector, but the lady didn't care because, like I said, she's remodeling. But the appraiser said, stops with me, we're not letting this issue go. So if you have any wiring that's visible, it needs to be securely fastened for flight. So that's a big one. Then another big one was the siding. That is protecting the home from exterior damage and from interior, like people, or not people, pests and termites and all those kinds of things getting in and making a little home. We don't want birds getting in your home. So those kinds of things, the exterior, the trim, the siding, that's very important. So if you have damaged siding or you have damaged trim and anything along the roof line, that's important to get that maintained and stable. You don't want it to deteriorate further and cause more damage and more expensive repairs. And a lot of times it could be something that is discontinued. So in this home in particular, it was the PVC siding. It was discontinued, I believe, back in 2006 or 8. And so you can't find it anywhere. Lucky for us, the homeowner had some pieces and we were able to do some patches and seal it with stuff. We sealed it. It's safe. Don't worry. But that is really important because siding over time, those issues really escalate and suddenly you're repairing tons of siding. I know many sellers have had to deal with siding issues that get pretty pricey. So if you have a discontinued item and you find it other places, save it is very helpful. Unless you want to replace all the siding, sometimes you're able to do patchwork, and that's super helpful when you have those pieces on hand. That's about it. There were a couple other things, but I feel like it's important for sellers and homeowners to know some of the issues that do come up and how you can be proactive about these issues and make sure that it doesn't become a problem for you when you go to sell. Because like this week, my sellers are on their way out of the state. They are headed across the country. They don't want to deal with this. And I think you might find yourself in that same place at the last minute dealing with annoying stuff when it's something you could have taken care of now. So that's why I make these videos, so that you know the information in advance, so that today you could say, yeah, my house could pass an appraisal today. I got this. That's what I want for you. Anyways, hope you're having a great day. Love chatting with you. I'm always here to answer your questions. Reach out with anything you might want to talk about, and I'll see you next time.